host, Oddjob Entertainment, and tell me why the chat module breaks OBS all the time. But if you close it and run it again, work fine. I know you guys can't see that, but trust me, it is fixed. So we're gonna do some more testing of 4.7, and that's all I have for today. Go through invite sent out. Got some interviews coming up that I'm excited for, so hopefully. Let me tell you, this has been a very stressful week. People that are on the Discord, they already know the platform. They don't need. Alright, so yesterday stream, and I did find some decent rocks. Not a ton of them, but good enough. So hopefully today build on that and get something made with them. Field of rocks in the game is killing me. It's very, very low right now. But we did find some pretty nice quality Stellaron and gold, and a little bit of ice. Those were the most notable ones, for sure. But since we did find some Stellaron, I'm going to set the spawn to Stanton this time, because Alex Cross did the render for. We get a nicer looking hangar and have an easy time mining because we're so close to everything. Oh, Carol, how are you doing, Wills? This probably sounds better. Got to pull the mic down. I guess while we're waiting for that to load, let's go ahead and give our shout out to our orbital bombardiers, Boomman7, Exidor X, Prime Atlas Gaming, and Draconis. Thank you for your financial support. It does make content like this possible. Orbital bombardiers and up get a mention in each and every video / stream that we do. And being between jobs right now, I am especially thankful for the extra income. So, thank you very much. There we go. All right. So, first off, let's pull up our fabricator. did they change the angle that things are rendered at again? Looks like they're at a little bit more of an angle as opposed to a perfect profile. Alright, that sounds good, Wills. That'd be great. Alright, anywho. Fabricator. Yeah, that's definitely a new angle. One looks slightly darker. I wonder why that is. Alright, so... let's see. Can I just see the available materials through this somehow? Probably not. Yeah, okay. That's a bummer. I was kind of hoping that it would, but we're still very limited on blueprints. A bit unfortunate. It seems like there's going to be quite a rep grind to get a lot of the blueprints. We were trying to get a P8 blueprint, or really any blueprint from bounty hunting. We got all the way up to medium bounty missions and still have nothing to show for it. So they are they're keeping it challenging, which I think is good. But yeah, it's not making it easy to test in this environment. And I guess it's not going to show here either, is it? Because this would only be things that I can hold in my hand or equip on my person. So how do I show you the stuff that I found at the end of stream? I swear it was a terminal like this, but clearly I am wrong. And it looks like I don't get to keep the mining gadgets that I bought, or the... yeah, gadgets. Those aren't popping up. I guess because they're consumables, right? Okay, fine. Let's send the fabricator back down. I hope I didn't just lose it all. That would suck. But I'm definitely not seeing it. So it might just be gone. That's a bummer. I was hoping to get to use some of that today. Kind of the whole point, you know. But at the very least, I hope that that is intentional and not a accident with the update, because imagine you spend all the time in a patch cycle getting some really high quality, you know, 900 plus materials and then it just deletes itself. That would not be fun.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Rock hounding, yes. We're digging in the dirt, and apparently I have, again, nothing to show from the previous session for those efforts because they are all gone. Oh, super cool. Where's my helix? I bought a helix. And it's not showing up. It's like nothing that I did last night is here. What the hell, CIG? Do I have easy access to a helix then? Well, see, the Klein is still there. I still have the Klein that I bought, but just not the helix. So I don't know what the rule is there. Okay, but I can get it at Grimhex. Oy vey. Alright, well, let's pull it out.
Welcome to the ASOP
and I guess we're going to Grimhex to start.
Please visit us again.
Hey, at least we got the cool skin applied, so we got something done here. I know what you guys are thinking. Surely for doors this big, we're going to see something really cool here, right? It's a good way to make your little itty-bitty ship feel very underwhelming. Oh, I didn't save and equip it, did I? So we don't even get to see the skin. Dang it. Man, I'm batting a million today. Oh well, we'll be back at some point. Maybe we'll do it then. Calling me a bozo? That hurts, Wills. You don't need to agree with me so readily. What the heck? Am I at least an entertaining clown?
You are clear to head out.
Systems on. Landing gear up.
On behalf of Crusader Industries, I'd like.
I guess if you fly away too quickly, he doesn't get to finish his spiel. I wonder how many times he's tried to wish someone a good day and then curses them as they leave because they interrupt him. I think it's 90,000 or 90 that you need to hit before you can... There we go. What planet are you? I need... Yella. But if I jump here, I have an easier time finding stuff.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Holy lag spike, Batman. What was that?
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
I was watching a video earlier today from Space Tomato talking about,
Travel engaged.
or just reviewing the changes to quantum travel that we should be expecting soon, TM, and man, I'm always wishing I could play the Star Citizen of tomorrow instead of the Star Citizen of today. That game is amazing.
Shield on.
You kept your helix you never equipped. I'm so happy for you, Wills. That's wonderful. Do you have any of the rocks you mined? Did you get to keep all of your wares while I got shafted? Yeah, such great joy. So happy for you. Nothing could bridle my enthusiasm.
Engines off.
Yeah, I think Will's... I think my streamer privilege must have gotten lost in the mail somehow and ended up at Will's house. Seems like I'm having the exact opposite level of luck I was hoping for.
Welcome to the
Store
ASOC
this.
vehicle. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again.
Oh, that was weird. The sound didn't play. Glad you stole it. See? I'm going to send a report to Chris, and I'm going to tell him, see? Chris, told you. Mine got stolen. It got lost. How are you going to get it back to me? And then he'll tell me, Jake, you're not supposed to use the emergency line for stuff like this. People aren't even supposed to know that there's a streamer hotline. Okay, main concourse. Then we got to find Dumpers Depot. And I remember when the hardest thing about this game was navigating Grimhex. Seems like only yesterday. Because Grimhex is still really hard to navigate. Never remember which one it is. It's one of these. Okay, nope, that's the close. Is it upstairs? This is all Habs though, right? Oh! Over here. I found it. That was a complete accident. I had no idea where I was going. Dumpers Depot. Here we go. Show me Helix. Oh, it looks like they have, like, all of them here. Well, do they have the Lancet? No, they do not. Okay. So, I mean, the nice thing is that this does have a positive effect on your inert and the resistance. You get 2 module slots. That optimal charge window size penalty, though, is pretty big. But, I mean, like... what's going on? Lag spike? No! Oh, no! See. Why? Try reloading. Maybe we'll be okay. This might end up being a very short stream. The Bombers already took the pre-workout in anticipating a longer stream, so kind of wired right now. Okay, let's it'll probably take a couple minutes. It's saying that I'm still in the server. So it's probably trying to reconnect me to the same one, even though it can't. It's been a while since we've seen a 30K. I don't know if I've ever actually caught one on camera or on stream. Anybody know any good jokes? I guess that's my job, huh? I'm supposed to be the entertaining one. Well... While this is still up, we can still try and use it, right? What I would really like, though, is something that shows me exactly the exact attributes of the largest rock that I can crack. Right? Like, it seems like that should be relatively easy to calculate. Okay, looks like someone did make one. um. Oh, this is adorable. I just discovered this by accident. Check this out. It's like a old school Flash game. Okay, so let's see. I want to change the ship. Ship setup. Rick Gollum. And then let's get one that helps with the window size. Okay. Save ship. Okay, so now we got Bob, right? Okay. So you can crack a 15,000. 18,000, which is what we've been seeing. You could still theoretically crack that. 20,000 is just out of reach. And then if you give it a realistic value of 25 resistance, then now you're in the range where you can't. And there's just no way to bring something like that back into mineability. Okay, so 18,000, you're cutting it close. But how is that actually calculated? Oh, formula is mass divided by 1 minus the resistance times 0.01 divided by 5. If we load that, M equals 1,000. R equals 0. M. Oh, okay. I see. So let's see. M divided by 1 minus R times 0.01 divided by 5. Okay, so that is the, I think that's the required power, right? So then we can say, and set that equal to P. Okay, now how do we rearrange this to solve for the max possible rock? Yeah, so our laser starts at 3150, so it would not be able to crack this. But we gave it a Riger C3, which gives it a plus 25% boost. And that's how we're getting to the almost 4,000 level. Okay. That puts us into the range where we should be able to use it. And then what if we do another one? That gets... See, okay, so this is the question. Does it apply... Does it stack like this? Or... Because this would be if it's strictly multiplicative, right? But it could also be like this. Okay. No, that would be the same thing, huh? I'm doing that math wrong. What am I trying to do? This is what I'm trying to do. Hold on. I'll fix it in a second. It'll make sense. See, if it just adds to the base, then you don't get quite as much. But you're still getting pretty significant boost. So you could crack pretty big rocks at this point, presumably, right? Still, let's rearrange this so that we can calculate the max rock size for any given power. So take P times 5. And that now equals this portion on the right. I need to break out my digital whiteboard. Okay, screen 2. Pull this towards me. All right. Let's see here. We've got our formula. P equals M times 1 minus R times 0.01 all over 5. We're trying to isolate M. So 5P equals M1 minus R times 1 5P times 1 minus R times 0.01 equals. All right, so that is our formula for mass, for largest possible mass rock. Simplify a little bit, not important. I'm going to keep it this way because that shows more how we got there. But you didn't think you were going to be doing math and to play a video game, huh? Welcome to school, children. Actually, let's do this as little m. Keep them separate. 5p times 1 minus r times 0.01 and that actually does match up with what we thought, right? If P equals 3600, then the largest possible rock that we can mine is an 18,000 mass rock. Okay, then you start adding in resistance and instability. Instability isn't going to really affect the mass of the rock that you can mine, but it does make it more challenging to do so. But if let's see, this is saying base times modifier adjusted resistance. Does this just get added to the mass of the rock? Is that what I'm to understand there? $18,000. But see, just that little bit of resistance, now we can't. Now it's a lot more sketchy if we can break it, right? So what is it doing there? Like, it hovers, like you can click on it and have it tell you something, but then it doesn't. Oh, okay, but we set R to 0 in our formula. So if we just set it to 17.5, now it requires a laser offering 4363. Okay. But if we change this to be 2 Rigers, what does that do for us? And this tells us which of these is being applied. It's not strictly multiplicative. It's a base. It's a boost being applied to the base value twice. So it gets us up to 4725. But you can see we're still able to break that rock now. So that Riger is coming in clutch. We're also talking twice the power over what the Arbor offers, right? So I can close Krita now. Move all this stuff down to my other screen. And let's see if that time spent doing math has given the game enough time to kill off our characters. And where can we get a Riger easily? I'm looking through Seastone on my other head or other monitor here. Can actually get it at Levski Refinery. Okay. So super cool. Game seems to be a little busted right now. Let's try closing that. Make sure it's actually closed down here as well. The fallback plan, if this doesn't work, we can just go play in the PU. You know, heaven forbid we actually progress our character, you know? Okay, at least we're in a queue. You're in the login queue. Global fast lane. That's what you get for being a streamer, guys. You get put in the global fast lane. I'm not in the peasant lane with everyone else. Sometimes they say jokes though, and I don't know how many people. Oh, geez, I spoke too soon. I don't know how many people are going to realize that I don't take it seriously. Because I've had people like chew me out for being very egotistical, and it's like, what? Like, I was telling a joke. Like, I don't actually think that. What kind of goober do you think I am? Can't wait till the channel grows to a point, though, as well, where I just can't read the comments anymore because too many people are being mean to me. But we're not there yet. Right now, channel's very small, and the people that stick around actually like me, which, you know, is fun. If I talk about something controversial like how Bamboo Labs aren't the best sent from God company in the world, that gets people tilted, and then I get some bullies in chat. But otherwise, you know, it's been a pretty positive experience so far. Alrighty. See if we can launch the live environment, I guess. It might be worth it to just go around and buy the stuff for the Prospector, knowing that it's going to be very much needed in the next patch. There we go. We are infinitely further along than we've been so far. And I think in this patch, I actually have my spawn set to Nyx. And what was the Riker did a couple other things too. What was it doing? It increases instability. Oh wait, no, that's the Sabir. Oops. What was I looking at? Oh, it's wrong tab. It increases power and shrinks the window. So we are hurting our margin window quite a bit. But if we can just equip gadgets that boost the window size, like this Akunis, where can we get that? And what's the opt rate? Is that how quickly the little green bar fills? This wave shift, I think, is going to be the way to go, because that gives a much bigger boost to the window size, and it decreases instability a little bit, and it negatively affects the opt rate. But I think that doesn't really matter because it's just how long it takes to fill that bar. guess not all the settings I had set before transferred to the PU. Might have to play around with those a little bit.
Frosty Hydrofrost. Concerns got you worried? Forget that stress. Just relax. Everyone here at Kelto RX is going to take great care of you.
What? No. Alright, yeah, we got early Starware in, and you'll never believe this, guys. People are using it to run around half naked as a female character. Alright, yeah. Primary residence, Mercy Hospital. So, let's take ourselves over. See, that was saying that right now it's set to Seraphim, which that'll bring me closer to where I want to be. Do I have anything valuable on this? Not really. Just some ammo. So I can deposit the ammo, and then I can kill myself to fast travel. Oh look, found him again. Alright, glad we caught that interaction. I just need a terminal. I just need to drop this ammo off. Might as well save some funds. Ran right past it. It's here the whole time.
Hey there.
There we go. Alright, now fast travel. Whoa, we just woke up in a bed again. This is crazy.
Ask your med tech about optional medical services. Use one of our convenient self-check-in terminals and start your
Alright,
treatment now.
Ashcroft, contact the front desk.
Oh, look, all the NPCs are scared here too. Gotta be rough being a Star Citizen. Always being chased around by hoodlums. Alright, where... Yeah, that's right. It's at Ruel 1 right now because I have the mining bags on it. I changed it over to the Argo bags, but those aren't really going to matter too much. I need a ship that can carry the component, though. I guess well, Nomad is just kind of awkward to use. I don't want to use that. I'll just work on getting this spawned back in.
Your insurance claim your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Why do I feel like you're lying to me?
Your insurance claim has been thank you.
This Aesop lady, she's been playing with my heart. She keeps telling me it's been delivered, but then it's not there, and I still have to expedite it. And pro tip, you can, of course, reduce the fee for expediting if you're a little more patient and you let the timer go down, but where I've got almost 3 mil here, I don't really care about the expedite fee. Only really makes a difference if you are New players shop for cash. It's gotta be the most unappetizing pizza I've ever seen. Does not look good. We're not going to beat GTA 6 in sales if this is the kind of pizza we're letting players expect. Come on, Chris. Got up the game. Alright, here's the story. That guy dropped his contact, and they're both looking for it. They're trying to find it before someone steps on it. All right, here. Let me come. Let me back there, guys. I'll help you look. I think I see it. It's right there. There's the contact. These guys are way off. They're never gonna find that guy's contact. It's sweet that they're trying to help, though. I do appreciate the solidarity, the camaraderie in this station. Dude, it's over there. I found it. They just, can you go help them pick it up? I can't get back there. Man, neck is really tight today. Can't imagine why. It's not like I'm stressed at all lately. Has it been 3 minutes yet? This bug kills me, where you lose the interactability. I know you can't really see all of what I'm doing. Okay, we're close enough. But, like, it'll just stop working. And then when you scroll, it doesn't scroll. And when you try to click on something, it doesn't click on it.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please
Muy
visit us again.
frustrante. So it's probably going to make me set my key binds again, which should be easy. Guess we'll see. The whole reason why I've been struggling this last patch cycle is because I tried to verify at one point, but I told it the wrong location to look for my library, so it started re-downloading it, and then it was just this big old mess of trying to figure out how to clean it up. And so I did the nuclear option and just deleted it all and reinstalled. But that meant that it doesn't have the same association to my user folder. Case in point, Light Ready button doesn't work. So now let's intentionally crash it. And we'll just copy the user folder from one to the other. This. All right, let's try that. Once again, hey, if you are looking for a way to support the channel, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. If you have the beans, Orbital Bombardiers and up get a mention in each and every stream and video that we do. Your financial contributions directly help make content like this possible, so it is greatly appreciated. Especially right now, while I am between jobs. But who knows? Maybe maybe overnight this streaming thing could take off, and then I'll just be a streamer. Yeah, you're still shard locked. Yeah, I moved on to 4.6. So it is what it is. What? Anti-cheat error code? What does that mean? Just let me click OK. Presumably it's still loading, so is it actually going to do anything? Or am I now in an endless loop and don't realize it yet? So, I haven't seen a whole ton of people talk about this, but this banner that keeps popping up about Aceto Communications, my theory is that's a reference to social features. Aceto finishes FTL network upgrades. The company is promising full empire-wide coverage by the new service. Working quickly after last month's reveal of the breakthrough technology, Aceto engineers have coordinated with key researchers from the project to outfit their entire comm network with the new faster-than-light upgrades. An Aceto spokesperson said that they have begun to seamlessly roll out access to the service, with hundreds of thousands of users utilizing the new inter-system comms already. I think that that is either a reference to social features that are coming in, i.e. chat, which technically, as we know it, is inter-system comms, or it is a reference to the new inter-system missions. Right? Like you can pick up a mission in Stanton and it will take you to Pyro. But I've seen some speculation that it has to do with data running and things like that. I don't think that that's the case. I think it's a bit more on the nose, and it's just, well, now we have new inter-system missions, and we're getting social features. Okay, maybe it didn't like that I moved that over, so get rid of that. Try again. It was a user folder from 4.7, so maybe there's some conflict there that I'm not aware of. But it did seem like it was taking a long time, so I don't think it was actually going to... Alright, that's what it was. Cool. So wonderful. Now, I guess let's just pull what we have, what we need for the keybinds. This one. And will it let me reference that? Hopefully. Oh, yeah. Look, there it is. Cool. Let's turn on head tracking. Toby, here we go. All right, now we're back up and running. Just there, so I know Yella is accessible somewhere. Where is it? Probably that one. Get rid of chat because it never says anything useful in game. You could set a default behavior that you could just like when I am actually just playing on my own, I do just leave chat up, but when I'm streaming, I always have to shut it off. If I could just set it to default to off, I would probably do that.
Quantum drive is now off.
Does this ship have lamp? Ah, it does. Cool. Alright, now let's try again to buy the head that we need. Oh, and because we deleted a user folder, we need to set this back down to lower sensitivity. And I don't think it's worth actually going to mine anything, because I'm guessing that all the resources that you pick up in 4.6 are not going to carry over to 4.7, even if you finish the refinery orders and whatnot. Oh, that's the Ninetales Artimex thing. There is easier ways to do a calf race, sir. You don't need to do that to the terminal. Now, one of the fun things about being a burgeoning gym rat, with like myself, is the majority of my family is not there yet. So when I tell them things like, "Yeah, I can do 500 pounds on a calf raise," they're like, "Whoa, that's insane!" And it is heavy weight, right? But it's totally within what people could do with a calf raise, right? Like, for that, it's not that impressive. But just the idea of lifting a quarter ton, you know, is just unimaginable. Realistically, I think people just don't realize what they are capable of. I certainly wasn't. Before I started going to the gym regularly, it was just a lot of discovery, like, what can I actually do? Turns out, human body's pretty cool. And it can do quite a bit. Okay. We'll buy this. And then Rigers are what we're after. Those are available in Nyx. And also wave shifts, though. So, but these are consumables, so I'm only going to buy one. One is a test, and we'll see if that actually saves. And I'm going to take myself to Nyx to buy the Rigers, because I'm more optimistic that those will cross over. And if they do, I don't want to have to drag myself to Nyx to get them again. Probably have a tractor beam on me. Let's see. What do you have? Okay, yeah, I do have a tractor beam. Good, 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 good. And I didn't stow my ship, so it should still be there. Like your armor. Get it, because we were wearing the same armor. Probably should have parked myself closer to the door. Sometimes you never learn. At work right now, but I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. Add me on Discord, username Tyro209. Well, thanks, Midi. I don't know how you snuck past the bot filter that I thought we had solved that, but, you know. Good for you, I guess. I don't think I'm going to be adding you on Discord, though. guess realistically I don't actually need to carry this over to Nyx because I don't plan on using it tonight. Okay. Now for you. I love how it was perfectly balanced on the freight elevator, but now that we're not there, physics takes over and it turns out you can't balance on the edge of a disc like that. Gotta love game logic sometimes. The heck, I'll be conscientious. I'll close that too. Oh, look at that, guys. It says it takes 0 quantum fuel to get there. That's cool. That's not bugged at all.
Engines online. Shield system online. Launch. Shield system offline. Landing gear up.
Yeah, is it? Why can we not jump? Quantum drive has power.
Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
There we go. That's an actual calculation. It's not working.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is
Again.
now off.
Now the crazy part is it seems like quantum travel is working better in 4.7 than it is here in 4.6, which was the exact opposite until like 2 days ago.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Fix gateway. Cool. There we go. We should have been able to access that from where we were.
Drive is now on.
For the longest time, the Drake Cutlass was actually the only ship on my account. Times were a bit simpler then, but man, really is just one of the ships that has held up really well. Nice size, hits pretty hard. It's the perfect size for a daily driver. Not quite gold standard, but things that it is missing don't really affect it all that much. I do wonder what goes through the head of someone who makes very obvious bot scams for Twitch. Right, like the message we got in chat right now. At work right now, but I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. Like, what? You got 10 of your buddies and you're just waiting for the next stream to drop, and it's like, yeah, man, we're gonna watch the heck out of that stream. Like, it's obviously a scam, but it's not even realistic. Like, who's going to click on that? Or who's going to do what it says? They want you to think that there's just like a biker gang out there of people waiting for a good stream to start watching. It's like, no, it's not the case. You're not going to find Odd Job Entertainment playing in a pub near you. It's going to be people watching on their own. They aren't going to do watch parties for my streams. I mean, I'd like to think that maybe somewhere out there is people who do like a watch party, like, hey, dude, Odd Job Entertainment, he just dropped a stream. We're gonna watch it. Like, that would be such an ego boost, but I don't think that is happening. Almost hit that. A little close. Go. Man, I don't get tired of seeing the jump tunnel. I'm a little tired of the rubber band animation we got going on right there. That's maybe a little nauseous. Yeah, I wonder what this looks like under a lamp. Ah, I can't see anything.
Quantum fuel is at 15%.
Alright. Did that work? Are we in Nyx? Where are we? Please tell me we're in Nyx. Feels like half the time lately it doesn't work right. But I see very few actual points around me. Oh, no, wait. Where are these? You gotta be kidding me. Why? Why are you like this? I didn't screw up the jump. What are we talking about?
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, I know I said I never get tired of seeing the jump animation, but that doesn't apply when I get cheated and I have to do it twice. That one gets me a little miffed, if I'm honest. Dare I say a little ticked? Gets me a little ticked off. Alright, place your bets. Is it going to work this time? Are we going to make it through?
Quantum fuel is at 25%.
Yo, Live Motorsports, how you doing? I think you are the second ever viewer to send us a chat from Rumble. How do you feel about that? Twitch streamer here, but Twitch is dying, so I'm looking at Rumble, also waiting on Red Center Trial. I thought we were going to be friends there, Vibe, but now you're just trying to farm viewers in my chat. What's the matter with you? I can move it a little closer. Nope, went too far. Dang it. Now I'm in the system view. Just want to go Levski. I just want to go to Levski. I have just enough fuel to make it. Cool. But it won't let me set a route. .6. Gotta love quantum travel. This one? This one. There we go.
Quantum drive is now on.
No. I'm just checking out Rumble live streams to get some ideas. All right. Ironically, 4.7 quantum travel is now working better than it is in 4.6. But we started off the stream in 4.7 and then had to come to 4.6 because I hit a 30K and can't get into 4.7 anymore. So it's just a constant struggle. I really think that they ought to just move the ship view to a different app altogether. Make like an engineering app, because that's what you care about when you're looking at this view. HOSAS, yeah, I've got 2 alphas right now. This week we just finished a mod where you can let me grab one here. I designed this mod for the alpha trigger that allows you to bypass the first stage to be able to have independent control over first and second stage. I'll give you a cam view. So it comes with the dual stage trigger by default, but I don't like the way that they behave by default. I want to be able to activate that second stage without pulling the first. So that's installed on these, and it works great. Also make one for the gladiators. That was the first one we made. I really like the gladiators. I I got these because a lot of viewers were requesting that I bring the mod to the alphas. But if I didn't have that incentive to do it, I think I would have just stuck with my gladiators. The latest mod that I did for the gladiators, it also eliminates the pre-travel on the rapid trigger in front of your finger. So instead of pulling up the little bit of spring tension that it has, oh wait, do you have a YouTube about modding sticks? I made a comment on one about a fan in the base blowing up through the stick to cool your hands. Well, I mean, that is me. I'm the only one that I know of that's modding sticks like that, so it's probably me that you're thinking of. I multi-stream, so I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble under the same handle. So, Odd Job Entertainment on all three. Oh, I'm coming. Coming fast. Gotta love that Master Mode speed brake. Saved my life again. Let's see, where's it gonna put me? Yep, that's me. I'm going to be working in the near future to add a damping collar to the alphas. And then I should be getting some Aeromaxes in the mail soon, TM. That's the other budget stick for Virpil. Basically a VKB competitor, or a Gladiator competitor. I can't, to be honest, I can't remember your exact comment. I do get the incentive. Like, my hands get sweaty too. The trick, though, is I don't want to make mods that void people's warranties, because then they're much less incentivized to try them out. But I have been thinking of ways to get around that. There might be a cool option that I can do with some Peltier-based cooling. Jeez. This is the bad part about having big ships on your account. You have super long run times to get anywhere in your hangar. VR, yeah, is crazy. What you're saying about FPS, though, that's been like the big incentive for me to not do it all the time. That, and it's currently a headache to stream with. I actually got a new router so that I'd have an easier time doing it, but hasn't worked out super great yet. But the thing that it really hurts is it chews up your upload bandwidth when you're trying to do a wireless connection. And you get much better performance on the MetaQuest 3 if you're using the virtual desktop software to connect it to your computer. But virtual desktop doesn't support a wired connection, so you have to do it wirelessly. That means that it has to go over your local area network. And I haven't gotten that part figured out where I can do that reliably and not have it be just a logistical nightmare. Right now, I get like 25 megabit upload speed, so I can set it to like 200 megabit bit rate for the VR headset. And it's doable, but it's flaky. It's still caused my stream to crash a number of times, so I'm a little bitten twice shy with that. What's the advantage of doing OBS to OBS with teleport? Yeah, it eats up the bandwidth. So I just don't get enough. I don't get enough resultant upload speed to be able to send the stream anywhere. If I could just do a wired connection with Virtual Desktop, I would probably do that. Not with Virtual Desktop. And it's kind of a catch-22 because wired on the Meta software kind of sucks. But wireless on Virtual Desktop is better than anything Meta can do with their software. So I really like the Virtual Desktop, but it just doesn't support wired. You have to do wireless.
Embarking passengers.
And so right now I have it so that my computer and the headset are on their own wireless network. But then that also causes issues because since my printers rely on my internet connection for me to be able to send them jobs without me carrying a USB stick to them, they should be on the same network, but then it's this battle of, well, now I'm sharing bandwidth with those things again. That creeps into it a little bit. But right now, the resin printer that I have in the garage, it can't actually access this router. It's too far away. So it's just... I want to get it figured out because I do really enjoy using the VR. The FPS, though, is a pretty big downside. It's this kind of thing where, like, if they can get it so that I can quickly put it on for ship flying and then take it off to do FPS, I think I would probably stick with that. Yeah, well, thanks for the follow. I don't know if I'm going to keep up the more rigorous streaming schedule I did this last week. If you check my Rumble history, you can see that I streamed almost every day this week. I don't know if that's going to continue. I'm between jobs right now. But I do still try to stream every Friday at 8:30 MST. So, looking for something to watch, I'll always be here. So let's get ourselves 2 of these. And we already got the wave shift. Right, because that's in my backpack. Yeah, okay. Cool. What's over here? I haven't come over here.
Safety notice. Please follow designated routes and refrain from approaching the tanks.
Surely there's a inventory terminal here, right? Oh, here we go, right here. Drop this off. How much MG script do I have saved up now? Remember when you lost your armor each time you died? Well, I bought a bunch of Morozov armor to stock up in Pyro, make sure I didn't run out. And then immediately after, they did item recovery and completely made this whole effort useless.
Safety notice. Please
I make guitars and have been on a build that took a while, so the streams have been lackluster as well. Yeah. I don't want to sound like Hassan and say that streaming's hard, because it's not, but there are things that I had not considered about streaming that I do find difficult, mainly just being on camera for as long as you are. Like, this whole thing of putting my face in front of people is not the most comfortable thing, and I'm worried that I'm going to say something stupid and get canceled forever. Yeah, this is 4.6. I wasn't able to get into... I was playing 4.7 earlier, but then we had a 30K and it stopped working. So I came into 4.6 to do some preparation for when 4.7 officially drops.
Safety notice. Please follow designated routes and refrain from approaching the tanks.
But yeah, like streaming conceptually is easy, but then the having to talk all the time that part's a little tough. And like having to kind of always be entertaining, that part's weird. Can't exactly say I've figured that all out yet. Has anyone been catching the new season of Invincible? Got 3 episodes out so far. I've really been enjoying it. It's been a good time.
Please follow designated routes and refrain from approaching the tanks.
Yeah, number 1 rule, what you are doing is talk to the viewers. The number 2 rule, you are a streamer. You're allowed to make up words, do stupid stuff, and nobody can do a thing about it. Well, within reason, right? But, you know, there's some choice words that, you know, if you talk about a certain bridge or someone on that bridge and you're playing Call of Duty and your name is PewDiePie, you might get yourself into a lot of trouble that gets you off the internet for a while. You know, I just don't want to do stuff like that. You know, or make the mistake of thinking it's okay to record myself walking through a forest in Japan where clearly it was very obvious that you should not be recording that or live streaming it, and then act surprised that you're getting canceled over that. You know, just stuff like that. You guys are smart. You can fill in the blanks. If Rumble wanted to make the streaming easier, though, they would work with the Restream team a bit more and make the integration work better. Because right now, the thing that I run into, right, and that was one of the Paul brothers. I can't remember if it was Jake or Logan, but it was one of the Paul brothers. Yeah, just a knucklehead. But like for YouTube, I can upload a thumbnail and then it doesn't matter when I start the stream. That thumbnail is good. It's all set up. If I try to do that same pre-setup on Rumble, it doesn't integrate well with the Restream tool where I can just start streaming to that same key. It screws it up. So Rumble needs to talk to the Restream team and figure out how they have the events working, because that is so much better. And if they had feature parity with that, I would be very, very happy. Yeah, also their API notifications. Yeah, and I think for a long time the chat was not even coming through. So I said that you were the second person to ever send a chat through Rumble. That might not actually be true. The first one did happen earlier this week, but really you're just the first two that I've seen. For a really long time, Restream just didn't collect the chats from Rumble, so I just never saw them. And it was too much of a hassle to have like both windows open. So, you know, there could have been a lot of traffic one day and I just would never have known.
Station moment. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
But then, I think one of the big issues that I've been having so far with Rumble is just that it is largely politics-centric right now. I don't think a lot of people are going to the Rumble platform to watch anything but political streamers. And so, I mean, you think about the demographics that watch that, they're probably not as likely to get onto this kind of stream. Well, the one that you're seeing right now is an ultra-wide. It's a 21:9, and then I have a graphics tablet down here. So I just have two monitors. But if Rumble does a better job of attracting more diverse content, like right now they have Dr. Disrespect, but he's kind of fallen out of favor with the larger gaming community. And I just don't see a lot of gaming channels really taking off that much on Rumble. But if they can overcome those kinds of hurdles, then it is really good to have multiple platforms that do well and keep each other honest. I race on iRacing. I've got 27, 34, 27 with the 27 up top. So that's 4 monitors then, right? So when I am not racing, I've got so much screen real estate. Yeah, and the other thing that I've thought about doing is maybe I need to just have like a tablet pulled up that can just monitor a couple websites for me. And that, because the other thing that I run into is I hate having to bounce between like OBS and other apps. Eventually, it would probably make sense to have an OBS to OBS connection like you're talking and have one computer do that, and then I just don't have to worry about OBS on that one. Or on the main PC, I guess. But, I don't know, there's... The cost of making a computer right now is just mind-boggling. Disgustingly expensive because of RAM. Honestly, I'm wanting to come here because of the Hassan double standard crap and my 7-day suspension talking about transmissions.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of stuff I try to avoid talking about, because people get really turned up if you start talking about how automatics are clearly a little bit faster than manual transmissions, and that's why they've become standard on cars across the board. Like, those manual transmission people, they do not take that lightly. They get turned up. That's what you meant, right?
Your insurance claim has been sent.
This bug kills me. I've lost interactivity with the terminal.
Goodbye.
I've tried Game Glass.
Vehicle retrieval system.
The thing about Game Glass, though, is it does not work well with VR. Right? Like, anything touchscreen based is not going to be a good experience once you put on the VR headset. So, with mine being a
Your insurance claim
gaming channel that makes mods for hardware, I've really thought about making my own kind of macro pad that would integrate a bunch of functions for me. That way I'd at least have a physical button I could touch. The one that really kills me right now is power management for the different subsystems on my ships. Back when it was the power triangle, I think it was quite a bit easier, but now that we have engineering, you have 7 or 8 categories you need to manage power for. And it's not easy to actually move those power allocations around. But I think if I had a macro pad with like a row of toggle switches, then I could quickly cycle power that way. Let's see. Voice attack. How does that work out with streaming though? That's the holdup for me on that one. In my mind, the best solution is always going to be physical buttons. More physical, chunky buttons. But voice attack is an option if you don't want to use touchscreens, right? Like, definitely not wrong there. Galderine. Where can I buy these? Nowhere close to me. Cool. Got Alex and she is great. I made a bunch of custom commands. She can even control OBS. You can't see it, but I do have a Stream Deck that I got recently to be able to use OBS. The biggest complaint that I have about that is it switches to the active profile. I probably need to just disable that and set it up to be only for OBS or something like that. But yeah, I don't like the profile switching. That one kind of gets me in trouble a bit. Where I want it to do something like to play this channel members. Shout out. Orbital Bombardiers and up. Get a special mention in each and every stream that I do. Besides making content like this possible, so thank you very much. But in order to play that animation, I have to like switch to that profile and then hit the button. Same for the subscribe, which, you know, might as well drop that while I'm on that screen. And then when I click back into Star Citizen, music starts playing again, but now I'm on the default profile, which is a 10 key. So, like, voice commands like that are cool, but they're also slow, right? Like, if you have to say, Alex, play some flying music, instead of just hitting a button that does that, which one's faster to do? Better example is probably the one you give about shields. Like, set shields to 25%. If you have to wait for Alex to process your vocal command versus just hitting a toggle button that's easily within reach all the time, like, one is going to be a lot easier to pull off.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you.
So that's my hang up there.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Gotta get myself some funds. We spent a bit of money, now we need to replace it. Yeah, in combat you need 5 millisecond reaction time, makes sense. Exactly. And I mean that's the guiding principle behind these mods that I make, is like, now you have an extra trigger underneath your index finger, so you're able to activate it that much faster. It puts a high frequency button under one of the fingers where it naturally rests, so it speeds up your reaction time. And everything else I do with keybinds. It's all about trying to get things set up so that I can access them as quickly as possible. At least for the combat stuff, right? Low priority things like turning the ship on, I don't need to do that more than once, so it can be placed farther away than switching my weapon groups. I had a viewer tell me that I was a little over-judgmental with this ship. I hadn't been giving it its due. So I'm gonna try flying the base Guardian. This is not the MX. Been flying the MX quite a bit lately. A little bit smaller guy. Ever so slightly. And this one has the 2 size 5s instead of the 4 size 4s. But let's take on a mission. Let's see what it can do. I think I'll do... Oh my gosh, it's doing it again. Can't interact with anything. Exit. Come back. Contracts. Let's start with a low risk. Well, nice to meet you, brother. Good luck in catching the verse. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Feel free to join us on the Discord if you're looking for people to play with. Like I said, I stream Fridays, 8:30 MST. So catch me next week. Sounds are a bit different on this than the MX. I don't think I had noticed that before. Well, this is just a low-risk target. Should be pretty easy. But we do have cannons, so that's going to make it a little more challenging. I would have just switched them over to Galvarines, but those are only available in Stanton. But this does have a pretty significant aerobatic advantage over the MX. It does significantly less damage. But maybe the added agility will be nice. Welcome back to 4.6, folks, where your enemies just don't spawn. Mercy. Let's see. There's a ship over here. Let's go towards it and just see what it is. Can I scan you? Someone's got their Phoenix out here? Why? Looks like they got blown up. The Emerald. Okay, well, that mission's a bust. Drop it. Take a rep hit. What the heck? Why not? Let's go for medium risk. Hey, we actually get to set a route that time. That's an improvement. Now, here's the weird thing, right? I think they kind of messed up with the release of the Guardians because I don't know if it's the Mandela effect going on or not, but this one has the bed. The MX doesn't, and I swear it was reversed before. But then it was like, well, you just released the MX as like the straight up better Guardian. So now this one has worse weaponry, but it has the bed, right? So there's a reason to have the base. Am I crazy though? Am I just remembering things wrong? Because I swear it used to be the reverse. But I do love my TIE silencer. Just love the way these ships look. They are so cool. I need to set a dead zone though, because I'm running into issues there. Good. That's fixed. And I am very much missing my footrest right now. I am working on it behind the scenes. Right now, the pads for the knee and the calves are outside with a coat of paint curing on them. In the short time that I've had them, the metal is already starting to rust, so I was hoping to get away with not having to paint them. That doesn't look like it's going to be the case, so I brought some bright orange enamel so that we could do kind of a Argo theme with the footrest metal portions. And I was kind of in a rush, so I didn't plan it out all that well. Right now they are just curing that layer of paint. I also didn't protect the thread, so that might cause me issues in the future. Okay, here we go. We do get a target this time. Here's the next question. Do we get to use our missiles today? Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Those were very effective. Oh, that music is tight. Oh man, that camera shake is brutal. I do not like that. Oh, what? Okay, power plant failure. How do I turn that back on? Ah! I don't know what I'm doing now! Where's the fix button? Oh, there it is. Repair all. No, stop shooting me! Dang it! Stop it! Okay, I hadn't run into this before. That camera shake from the distortion is brutal. Why did I stay to fight that guy? I should have just run. I was done. Well, let's go through some of these other settings. Let's get rid of that. And that. And that.
Engines destroyed. Engines destroyed. Weapon system
Keep this,
destroyed.
set that to always on.
Engines destroyed. Weapon system destroyed.
Okay, precision lines, I want that on, and magnified UI.
Engines destroyed. Weapon system destroyed. Warning. Missiles gone.
Okay, and then we need to turn all these off, because these are terrible. Let's lower that. Lower that. And that. Oh. Okay, these are new options. I don't remember actually being able to use those before. That's kind of nice. Oh wait, yeah, we could, but they don't work in VR yet, right? That's the key. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, all right, they did it for me. I was just gonna kill myself. So, mission accomplished. That's gonna set me back in Seraphim. Well, if there is a trick to using the MX, that wasn't, or sorry, the base Guardian, that wasn't it. That was rough. Let's see, what better base can we build? Show me Urkel. What can I do? I think I'm still going to want to go with ballistic gats. Jeez, that's actually a lot of damage now. Is that actually that puts me over the MX? But if I switch all of these to the 84Bs, they trade blows though, basically. Right? So a little bit higher. And then need a better power plant. Right now we got military grade Cs. So if we do the JS300, that gives us 17 pips, which is probably going to be, yeah, that's going to be the highest. We can also do the quadricell. Neither of them are purchasable. Where's that stat? Wait, okay, what's the advantage here? They're the same pool HP. Oh, they regen faster. They regen sooner. Other than that, though, not really much difference is there. Coolers, we can probably go for stealth to quiet them down a little bit. And with the changes they made to how missiles are working, these are not that great. At least swap these to rattlers. At least then they'd work better. Well, no, because that's the issue, right? Like now they have minimum lock range of 1800, max lock range of 5000. Such a short window to be able to use these. But they do the most damage, so we're at 80% consumption for our coolers. But we've got basically full power to shields and engines with this setup. Not too bad. Swap that over to the PTU though, things get a bit more complicated. And we probably don't need a What penalty do you take with the stealth? Go down to 14. This ship is so starved for power. Oh, radar creates a lot of heat, doesn't it? Takes a ridiculous amount of power to keep it happy, too. But you can run full radar and therefore full hip range. You can have weapons that do pretty good. And you can have full shields at 94% consumption. Turn that off. Don't really need. Can we get away with take? Nope. Definitely need that cooler turned on. All the way to the max, that is. That does let us add one more pip to engines. Okay, but then what is this doing in SP Viewer? I should have pulled this up because one of the things that I'm really interested in with this next iteration is minimum lock ranges. Because I like the idea of setting up a stealthy guardian. But how feasible is that? Build the same thing. D5Bs. Coolers. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's right. So now you can buy different radars and affect the range. What is the range on the 85B? 3303. And that is the max range one. That kick. Oh, wait. It unequipped it. Gives us a little bit of a boost. And we're way over budget. Can't cut anything there. It has a pretty big impact to our EM. If I pair this with a stealth one, are we getting any benefit there? don't think that took it down anymore, did it? Okay, so guess that little quirk isn't working anymore. Okay, so what is our radar range so far then? What was the one that I just equipped? This is the V801. So let's try to compare against that. No shot. Yeah. There's no hiding in this. Let's start trying to turn some stuff off and see if we can get there. So let's shut off shields. Let's take some more power there. Still can't do that. That cuts our range in half, basically. Yeah. Still 6,000 meters. So no hiding in this. You're gonna be in trouble no matter what. So better get better. Better get good at flying. What a proper. What is that? It's the bird one. Talon. This one has size 4s, which is kind of nuts. But I want to say that one of the variants had a size 5. No, okay. So it's size 4s. Speria, Talon. So with this one, you go for max range. You can pull out these. I mean, it comes equipped with light strikes already, which is the second option. But theoretically, you could punch farther out with the C788s. But now your limiting factor is your radar. So what's the best radar you can get? So it's probably better to stick with the light strikes. Or go with a better DPS option. That is more appropriate to your range. So like Revenants would be good, right? What's the max damage that you can deal with this though? Let's see. This will tell me. Size filter 4s. Total damage dealt compared to Breakneck, you can do a lot of damage. 84B. I mean, probably better to go with the 84B instead. Doing quite a bit more damage that way, right? Yeah, like 3 times the amount. Can upgrade these to A's. Now, can I shut one of these off? It's giving us a little bit of an advantage, right? Okay. What else can we do? Oh, we can shut one of these off, right? That's giving a little bit of a benefit to the IR. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, visible within 3 kilometers. Take this down lower. Really hurts our range too much, though. Take power away from engines. Helps both. At 2600. It does put us pretty stealthy, though. If only, right? Hey, that sets our IR to 0, though. What does that mean for our range? You could maybe get away with that for a few minutes, though, right? How come? What can you put on this? Not letting me, like, put anything on it. So this is maxing out your stealth in the Talon. You can be sneaky, but I don't think you're going to be dealing enough damage quickly against someone who knows what they're doing. Oh. I don't know. What I'd like is a ship that can punch out far enough that you can see them, but they can't see you, and you can just like stay in that range and be sneaky. But I don't think that any of these radars are going to make that possible. Can I see that on Urkel yet? Radar. What is the max aim assist range? 5 kilometers with a size 4. What even takes a size 4? Oh, so the Polaris can defend itself out to that far. Makes sense. But most smaller ships are really going to need to come in much closer to do any real damage. size does the Ion have? Because if those are supposed to be ship killers, I could see the argument to give them a better radar. What do you got? Size 2. Huh. That's tough. Oh, goody. Oh, well, okay, that one's on me. That was for inactivity. I think we're going to cut it here, though. I accomplished the things I wanted to, at least in the sense that I got the parts I need for 4.7 for my Prospector. We got kicked out of 4.7. I can't do any more testing there tonight, unfortunately. So let's give one more shout out to our channel members. Thank you very much, Mooman7, Exodor X, Prime Atlas, and Draconis for your financial support. It makes content like this possible. Thank you. Short of that, drop me a like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss future streams like this. But until next time, this is Odd Job Entertainment.